be a first in video game history. Non-evil bald guy was saved from his own evil trappings in the last video. Decca's grandson, her only remaining living family, had gone to join Regala's rebels, hadn't really thought it through. It was going to result in him killing his own people, so he came back, saw the light, if you will. So now we have got a large trek ahead of us back to base. So what I'm going to do, this is the only time I'm going to look at the map, I hope. So the plan is, oh, there might be an issue here. I was planning to follow the river to make it a bit more immersive, getting back here, to trek through the jungle, because that will lead us back to the grove here, because there were a bunch of merchants and maybe some side quests here, where the coal route was, that we'll be able to check out, because we kind of motored off on this side quest. We also missed something in this bandit camp that we got a key for, so we can grab that. All on our way back to base, because I don't want to use fast travel. Because it makes it feel like more of a journey, right? So, yeah. So, we're going to follow the river. If we encounter anything like quest related on the way, then yeah. But otherwise, I'm just going to stroll up the river here, depending on how deep it is. And enjoy the beautiful jungle, right? Now, obviously, I've not uploaded some videos for a few days. Like my hay fever's just been all over the place, and I was actually losing my voice at one point. So, like, I would have only been able to record for like 10 minutes before it got too bad, and hopefully it'll hold up. There's no guarantees now, but so there was a fork in the river a bit further up. Maybe it's where that waterfall is. Okay, so we're going to have to contend with the waterfalls and stuff here as well, which could make it which will make it interesting. So we'll have to keep climbing up a bit. So we've descended quite far here, which I guess we didn't realise because we came up on the cliff sides. Yeah, God, look how high up everything is on the side. There's probably some ruins around here. Maybe not. Water's looking beautiful though. Is this the fork? I might have to look at the map just to determine which way the fork in the road is. But there's some burrowers over there. I'm not sure if I refilled. Yeah, I did refill my stash. It's fine. So we'll just follow the river. Maybe jump off. Some makeshift bridges that the Lowland clan have put in here. I guess, yeah, they're called the Lowland clan, so yeah. A descent into the jungle makes sense. I think we're going the right way. Right, is this the fork? No, we've already gone past it, we're fine. So either part of the river would be fine, but we want to go this way. Look at the cascading waterfall. They built a small dam as well. Take the low path. Yeah, I like the way that this jungle area is, the way it's like in a valley. Because like the jungle area that was near that was near the Sundom in the first game, that sort of surrounded it, felt like it was, I don't know, the way it was constructed felt like they were like little forest hubs that had roads around them. Whereas the sort of funnel of this feels kind of cool. That elite lasher?
Fire's not gonna help here.
clamberjaw. We've not seen one of these before, have we? I think I saw it on the map, perhaps. A fierce and agile scavenger that uses its claws and tail to salvage scrap. It clings to walls with ease and uses powerful fire attacks against enemies. Really? So similar to a scrapper, but much more agile. Is it meant to be like a little baboon, perhaps? That's why it's in the jungle. Hard outer casing, yep. Resource scanner, concussion sack, sparkers, blaze, tail duster, a salvaging device that spreads and coats projectiles with a noxious gas. Prevents consumption of food or potions for a limited time. Oh my god. Don't need that in my life. Are all of these things clamberjaws, yeah? There's no stealth cover either. See if we can bypass these guys. I know we're going to have to fight them at some point. Oh god! Guys, watch out for the clamberjaws. Yeah, all that poison coming out of its tail. Just looks like it's farting everywhere, but... Alright, there goes my plan to follow the river. Have we found a small town here? Or a guard post? Lowlands Path.
Air like blood. You must be the champion.
A word? Oh, rumours, sure.
Your actions are known across the lowlands, Easterner.
Sure.
You've aided our marshals and our chief. I, for one, am grateful. So I'll tell you what. What I see, what I know, I will share. That way you won't be running blind in these parts. I should probably tell you. There's been reports of rebel outposts all over the jungle. A few set up camp just west of here. A whole squad's hiding out in the south. They've even managed to take over an area southwest of here, where the jungle narrows. Those traitors don't know when to give up. And our squads are at their limit. We could really use the help of a proven champion.
I'll see what I can do.
Thought you were supposed to be a clan of warriors. What do you need my help for? I'm a scientist. Have I moved my camera right? Hello. Alright, what have you got for sale? Some very expensive stuff. An adhesive warrior bow. Oh, cool. And a barrage blast sling. What's that second one? Like a shotgun style thing. Can launch different types of exploding bombs as well as fire bombs. It can be upgraded to improve its rate of fire. Different types of exploding bombs. Okay, they're both very expensive. Ooh! A Valiant Nora set and a Hardweave Utaru set. Oh, I like both of these. Clamberjaws. Right. Gives us a reason to go back. Let's just see if I can generate the money. Yeah, so we've got enough cash. We could probably sell a load of weaves as well. We sort them into rarities. Should I just have a rule here of selling every uncommon? Probably a good thing, right? But some things we don't have a higher rarity of. I'll get rid of like basic elemental things. Right, that's generated a good bit of cash. We just need a clamberjaw circulator, which we should just get from killing a single one of them. I would have thought we would have had a stalker circulator. We've killed 2 or 3 of them, right? Maybe we've used it on other upgrades. It's quite strong armor. It's very rare. I like the look of it as well. I do admittedly, I do really like wearing the Nora sets. Just feels that's what we would be wearing most of the time, but right, let's rot breakers. Oh god, we don't really need that anyway. Right, so I think if we just take down a normal one, we should be able to pick one up.
The stories told after a day at the hunting grounds. Now those are true soldiers' tales.
Thanks.
Nora jumping around?
That's me. Maybe a quest will come back here at some point. Oh, there's a stalker site nearby for that thing as well. Right, where were all of those clamberjaws? They were near here, right?
Plasma won't have much effect on it.
They're level 21, so we might be able to get them with a clean stealth kill. But don't really know how tough they're going to be. Big giant machine chimps. They're weak to... Shit, the bed. Purge water. There's no grass, stealth grass anywhere. Right, we can craft a purge water trap, maybe. Got one already, but...
No need to act suspicious.
Seriously?
Oh, stalkers. My favorite invisible killer
Oh no!
machines.
Oh no! Oh no! I saw it! Has it hit the trap yet? Oh, son of a bitch. Oh! God. Climb, Aloy! That dart gun, man. Or is it the clamberjaws that are shooting at me? Oh, look at them swinging about. I'll see how much damage I can do with a focus shot, but... Where's me trap? No one run over that yet. It's that bloody stalker that scared me then. I saw the outline, you all saw it. There it is. Crazy. Where's the trap? Neither of these two jumped on it. I think it's there, isn't it? If he goes back on his normal path, he should walk over it more. Oh, whichever one of their paths it is. I don't think I'm close enough to get their path. The stalker's there though. No, don't you trigger it, I need their carcass. No, I think the stalker triggered it. Yeah. Alright. Just gonna destroy everyone. Where'd the stalker go? Oh, I always forget about the angle on that. God damn it. Oh! Goodness me. Is that stalker behind me? I mean, you can't see them pretty clearly. Oh man, I can't believe the angle on this. I guess because you're braced, it's tricky, but... Hey, he's scrapping his own buddy. No, Aloy, just drop.
Soon enough.
Don't know where that bloody stalker is. Oh, crumbs. There it is. The sneak. We're just gonna have to take everyone down. Where is it, man? I can hear it purring. That didn't kill it. Oh! Oh, yes. You're next. God, that's satisfying, man. Oh. Oh, did I not get that? Oh, God damn it. Watch out! Alright, that took longer than necessary, but... Right, where is everything? Here's the stalker. We needed some of these bits for something. No circulator. Ouch. Oh. Did I need to detach a certain part for the circulators? Oh, primary nerves. There it is. There we got it. Nice.
Hold on to this for later.
Guess all of these could have them in. Okay, we got one, at least. Two. Right, excellent. I suppose I should have checked the menu for which part of it drops the circulators, but... Right there, guys. Alright, excellent. We can have a nice nighttime jaunt back to the Grove now as well. Try out some new armor.
Are you ready for the
Right, Nora Valiant. I didn't actually get a Stalker Circulator for the Utaru. That one looks pretty slick though, I like that. Okay, Valiant, Nora. The defensive stats on this are actually pretty good. Excellent. Defensively, it's not far off this, to be honest, once we upgrade it a few times. So let's just use the look for the time being. We can maybe get some dyes. Yeah, very clean looking. I like it. Outfits. Yeah, we have got enough stuff for a few upgrades to it. I think it would be better than our current armor. And it has concentration buffs, so... hang on, level 2... Clamber jaw, alright, yeah. Right. And shell snappers? Have we come across the shell snapper? I don't think so. But we can get their first level. Then I think that the defensive stats are comparable to what we've already got. So the basic defense that we need, the impact and the melee, 25-40, and then for this it's 25-42. It's got fire damage, purge water, acid, but negative on... Oh, what's the purple one? And they're both weak against frost. Low health ranged, okay, Valor Surge, concentration regen, yeah. I'm just going to straight up equip it. Beautiful. Let's make our way back to the grove. God, look how eerie it looks here in the forest now. But we need to follow the river still. This dense jungle. Oh god. Okay, another fork in the river. There's a big waterfall on that side, so probably easier to go this way. Spoke too soon. It's fairly common throughout human civilizations for cities to be built alongside rivers, right? So if you were to follow a river, there's a chance that you'd find people, right?
It'll be slow going if I use acid on it.
The apex one. And let's just check the machine catalogue, because I know we fought that big, massive thing with Talana, but I don't think that was called a shell snapper, was it? Oh, it was. So we have run into one of them. They're like level 30 Thunderjaw level machines, right? Like ultimate danger. I think we could be quite close to the grove here. Is this the bridge that leads to the grove? I feel like it might be. Yeah. I think we missed one hologram as well. Just because we left with Decker. Right. I just spent all my money, so I might live to regret that.
Honor.
Honor and strength.
We will weather Regala's storm.
You'll never make
We
it
have
to the
no
hunting
other
grounds
choice.
to throw like that.
Guys. Yes, we've got workbenches, a side quest.
Regala's coming for Hikaru. It won't be long now.
No. They're all part of the scene.
Machine strike, weavers.
Ridiculous.
Buenavita appearance. What? Buenavita appearance. Mail from Raoul Bishop. Data corruption minimal. From Raoul to Mika Kodori. Buenavita appearance. Mika. You better hear this from me. Remember Sonia Buenavita, the aide to Senator Maria Medina? She just did an interview going on about how you're unfit to lead the museum due to a confirmed bias towards government history. She's accusing us of erasing Roberto Medina's legacy by substituting his heroic efforts to curb the government's reliance on machine power with a both sides narrative that deflects from the real issue of federal overreach. I know Buenavita is a hothead, but I'm not surprised by her wording. But we should be concerned. As an aide to Maria Medina, she could possibly sway her to abandon support of the museum. And you know as well as I do how fragile Senate support is at the moment. Losing a vote is one thing, but we can't afford to lose Roberto Medina's daughter. The symbolism alone would shatter our hopes for future funding. Please advise on our PR strategy. Maria Medina's visit is due in 2 weeks. The timing couldn't be worse for us. Huh. Senator. Okay. Interesting.
Train harder, fight harder.
There's a Stitcher over here. Or up there. What is this? Nice, got all these outfits. Herbalist. Oh, I accidentally scanned this, sorry. Items for collection. Kate Mungrove Brown. To info. MBMM. Items for collection. To whom it may concern, my late husband, Connor Mungrove, perished with Roberto Medina at the Battle of the Mojave. Mojave? Mojave? Is it a Spanish word? Mojave. When his last leave was hastily recalled, he left his duffel bag at the house. It holds the usual items, shirts, pants, undergarments, toiletries, but also devices with data, snaps of his unit, a collection of maps and marching orders, including the one ordering his squad to join Medina. He even kept a couple of small G-Sin drone parts. We think he took as souvenirs. Kana spoke proudly of taking down several. We were wondering, would the museum be interested in said items for the collection? My family would feel honoured if his memory is thus preserved. Respectfully yours, Kate Mungrove Brown.
Ah, by the way.
Hello there.
It's not like she doesn't have anything to gain.
Desert
It's not like
Clan?
she needs the practice either.
Champion, I fear we must lean on your strength and generosity again.
Great.
Just tell it to her straight, Ducka. The tribe needs the arena. She's our only hope to getting it open again.
You need the arena? But the cool route's over.
That's true, but we also use the arena to boost the tribe's morale.
We use it for training. Herd in machines so our soldiers can experience the glory of the kill in a controlled setting.
Which, of course, boosts morale. But Chief Hikaru won't let us reopen the arena until the ballista protecting the field is repaired.
We need it in case a machine runs amok, and it was damaged during the cool route. The parts we need aren't easy to find.
I
Sure.
get it. You need me to hunt down some machines and grab the parts.
We'd ask someone else, but every squad in the Grove is on alert. But the task is not without compensation, right, Kala?
Of course. Once the arena is open again, I would be honored to invite you to compete.
Oh, great. Great
A wide
reward.
variety of machines will be available.
And I will award you prizes for victory, not just from the arena, but also for medals won at hunting grounds. You'll be able to trade them for some of the tribe's very best gear.
To fix the ballista, we'll need a sinew from a rollerback, along with some bristleback tusks. Both kinds of machines have been spotted near a campfire to the southeast. You can bring the parts back to me here when you're done.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Sure.
One more thing. If you're going back into the wilds, I have another duty tied to our soldiers' morale. A regrettable one.
Yes.
Every Tenakth soldier carries a tag carved with their squad symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Rebels have been hoarding the tags of the soldiers they kill.
I've got a
You
few.
might find such tags at any enemy outpost. If you do, bring them to me. I'll make sure they're returned to the soldier squad mates and loved ones. Having confirmation sometimes soothes their grief.
Yeah, sure.
And there are bounties involved, if that matters to you.
I've already found some of those tags.
Here,
Got
a
maybe
small reward for your efforts.
4 or
Don't
5.
let your guard down. There are still many outposts in the wilds.
Oh, I'm aware.
Thank you, champion. And please don't forget the parts for the ballista.
Right. It's the only reason you spoke to me. I'm not going to forget.
Made a mess of things around here.
Honor and strength.
Right, did I get any money for that?
I'll join too then.
This will be a test.
Right, yeah, I need to stop by at that Rebel Outpost. Right, let's just see what the Stitcher's got for us and everything else.
Guess I need to head southeast to find...
Damn it. But cook!
And I think I saw a herd of bristlebacks not far from here.
You need that ballista in good working order.
Oh, right.
Aloy, need to turn in some tags or trade some medals? Maybe you won some from hunting grounds. But if you want to turn in the parts, we need to open the arena. You'll have to talk to Kala.
Wow, got a lot of hunting medals. Sharp shot bows. Wooden sharp shot bow. This refined long-range Utaru bow specializes in staggering and knocking down enemies. It can be upgraded to increase the chance of landing a critical hit. Got legendary stuff. The Blast Forge. Like sharpening from an exploding forge, this Oseram powerhouse specializes in firing armor-piercing bolts. Its flawless design allows for superior handling. Draw speed, crit chance, weird ammo that we've not seen yet. I don't even have any of these medals. Oh, it's arena medals. Fair enough. This is the legendary sharp shot bow. Plasma damage. And I want tear. A bow gifted to Death Seekers before they set out from the Nora sacred land, never to return. Its arrow strikes as hard as stone, downing those who must be brought to justice. Cool, even more weird ammo. That I have no idea what it does. The Forge Fall, forged by the Oseram to deliver powerful plasma blasts, this long-range bow is rumoured to be the same weapon that decimated mercenary forces in the Battle of the Three Chains. Plasma seems very endgamey at the minute. Nora Thunder Warrior. Shock resistance. Ultimate ranged combat armor, as fearsome as the Thunderjaw that inspired it. Cool. Tanak the Vanquisher. The ultimate Reaver armor, the more you bleed, the more your enemies do. And Kaja Stalker Elite, that's nice. I just wish there was the stuff on the hips wasn't there. Right? I just feel like if you were actually making armor that, you know, was really easy to move around in, that all that stuff on the hips would really get in the way. The ultimate armor for the Trapper's Arts, fitted with reflected plating from a Stalker. I really like it. I just wish you could get rid of the bits on the waist. You know, then it'd look like a sleek set of armor. There's always something hanging off the hips. I do like that Kaja set though. I like the form-fitting ones that have like a mix of like a nice aesthetic but look quite functional as well. Okay, cool.
Earn more medals and the rewards will be great.
Sure.
Well,
Safe travel.
Right.
Can't wait to get that
Let's go talk to the Stitcher, see if there's anything we can actually afford. I know I could afford some of those outfits, I think. Where the hell is this Stitch? There we go.
No army can...
Right, from Mika Kadori to Sonia Buenavita. This is the follow-up. Sonia, glad we could talk just now. I know we have our differences, but I feel we share a common interest in keeping memories of the Hot Zone crisis alive. The museum is a living thing, with exhibits being discussed all the time. In the future, whenever you have suggestions, I'll be happy to discuss them before you commit to interviews. I hereby confirm in writing that we have reached the following agreement with Senator Maria Medina's visit. The museum route will be altered to accommodate the Senator's wishes. USRC displays in rooms 2 and 4 will be temporarily switched out. My team will update you on the precise items we'll show, but Rare Earth history will be the main focus. I can confirm we'll have Roberto Medina's combat uniform, the desert camo one, in-house on time. It will be prominently displayed in the main hall along with the artifacts Miss Medina bestowed on the museum back in May. Photo ops. Designated press zones include a main hall, front rooms 4 and 5, excluding 5.2, and the Crater Memorial. Kindly ask the Senator to walk outside no later than 7:30 PM. Outside conditions will be suboptimal after that. Heavy dust and low sunlight will ruin the pics. And 3, your office will run the press list. If you could confirm your retraction of earlier statements to the press, we're good to go. Yours, Mika Kadori, Executive Director.
Without supplies.
Altering the perception of history in some ways, I guess. Right, what have you got? We've got those two. Karja's Shadow, I'm not a fan of. I think we've got all these other ones. Fair enough.
Fight well and return.
I shall. Right, is that everything question mark wise here? I mean, that's probably the potion person, right? No, it's just this stash. Awesome. Right, we're going to make our way back to base.
The final battle with Regala is nigh.
We've got side quests for this place, but I feel like the main quest, in terms of the Zeniths, needs to be brought back into focus, I feel. I do feel like it is, they're going to just crash. They're just going to come to the base when we've assembled all the information and try to take it from us. Feels like that's going to be, well, that feels like the obvious thing that would happen, right? They figure out what we're doing, they observe us, and then they just think, well, let's just let Aloy do all the hard work, right? And then we'll just grab it off her when she's assembled them all in one place. Or maybe we need their help to get Hephaestus, because he's tricky to get a hold of. I am going to have to start killing animals. That's for sure. Let's make sure we're well reloaded here. Why have I got a trip caster on here? Oh yeah, for the shield wires. Sorry, I've not played the game for a little bit. I remember. You can make those little shield things that block projectiles, but not melee attacks. We still can't access... I had a little look at the map before I started recording. We still can't access this tall neck. So there's obviously some gadgetry or abilities that we need to unlock through the main story. Maybe it'll have some... Mate, I'm so sorry. Oh, we just get meat from that chuckwaller. Oh. Right, there's Scalding Spear. There's the tall neck. Which means there should be a Thunderjaw just below us, yeah. I'm getting a good memory for the topography now. I do really enjoy that though. Like in an open world, and you sort of feel like you're slowly getting used to the terrain, where things are, little landmarks. It takes a bit of time, right? But like, I really enjoy that aspect of, particularly avoiding fast travel. Really helps with that, I feel.
Is this easy?
So that you're always looking at the environment. I know I still use the map a bit too much, but I really enjoyed that in like Cyberpunk, because it's a big city. It can feel everything. You get worried that, oh god, you're never going to be able to find your way around without looking at the map, but in the end the architecture all feels really distinct and similar here, right? There's the clan colours, there's the different types of weather and terrain that signify certain areas. Certain landmarks, certain cities look distinctly different. The mountains in the background, yeah. The types of machine as well, right? I'm guessing that those clamberjaws are specific to the lowland terrain, right? Because they've got all the trees that they can climb and jump around on. Is that a stalker? Or was that wind? It was wind. I think everything's a stalker now. I was hiding behind that tree and then it was just right there. It was just right there. I do remember like in the first game, meeting a stalker for the first time was so scary. I saw one got me when I was completely alone. I was just running somewhere on foot, walking somewhere on foot, and whereabouts would it have been on the map? It was in a really isolated area, I guess, not too dissimilar to this, with some like hills and cliffs on one side. And I could hear the purring. It wasn't like ejecting the little warning things that it
Well,
does.
we'll see how this goes.
Intruder! We found her! Be ready for an attack! He dies today!
You guys suck. How dare you ambush me? Damn it, there's a wall in your way.
Tricky one, aren't you?
Not as tricky as you, apparently. Just moonwalked up a cliff. What's this ambush about? Did they kill an Osserum then? Oh man. Yeah, look. Unless they were working with them to no, they were distinctly attacking them. Screw you guys. Right, these are the anteaters, spike snouts. I hate it. Oh. Killed a little pecker. Don't worry, you're safe. Oh, long legs. Genuinely have such a disdain for long legs, man. Mind your business, long leg. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to spend loads of money on animal carcasses because hurts my feelings, man. I mean, I've never finished a Far Cry game, but I know animal hunting's like a major part of. Nice. Come on. There we go. Should be pretty close now. Woohoo! Nice. Still got to cross this bit here. Near Arrowhand. Should be able to climb up here and glide most of the way over. Okay, so what was Aether in charge of again? Because obviously Poseidon's like the ocean life, Demeter... Is Demeter like the plant life? Was Aether to do with the weather? Am I getting it mixed up? Earth's atmosphere. Right. I have read these already, I'm not skipping anything. Hydrosphere. Plant life, right. So I'm not sure if that's going to have like an effect on the world. Amazing. Got Arrowhand down there. Awesome. Maybe they're not going to be too happy with us. I should really check in there. Or maybe do it after we visited base, because I'm running out of time in the video. And that was the whole point. Oh god, don't land on the bristlebacks! Okay, so Katalo, Zoe, maybe Errand should be at base. Can't think of anyone else who said that who we thought would be here, because I'm sure Zoe said.
I can catch my breath here.
Really? Sure. There's a storm of brewing. Yeah, I'm liking this outfit with the clean leather. Good to see Gaia again. I don't know if we should give this Gaia a different name, because it is a different Gaia at this point. Guess Gaia 2.0, I guess. Well, it's not, I don't know though, because it's not, it doesn't have the same experiences, right, as the original Gaia, so it's, I don't know, a less traumatized, maybe a less developed Gaia, because it was locked in the bunker the whole time. Right, this is where we came out. Where's the entrance? Here we go. Welcome back, Dr. Sobek. Base. It would make sense for Katalo to be here before us as well, because we went down into the lowlands to help Dekka out with her family troubles. Spent some time trekking through the river, right? Hello.
Yeah, like this? Oh!
Hey.
You're not waving a hammer around, Aaron. Try a gentler touch.
And my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Bring it back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha.
Cool. I didn't think Val would have come
They
back.
call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy!
Erend.
Was that a
You're all
cherry
better.
bomb?
And you're here.
Varl said you might need some help after all. Doing, complicated things.
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it won't bloom.
It's okay.
You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
Katalo.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
Not enough.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the privacy.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods. So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
God.
Okay.
Are you sure that's what the data says?
I'm telling you, it's a drink, but it's soft.
How is it soft?
It says here it had bubbles in it.
Well, we can't expect to make sense out of everything the old ones did.
What is this?
Aloy, we've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take what you need.
Sure. Okay, stuff we can sell. Sturdy hard plates. Borrower canisters. Spellback circulators. Nice. Right, which room was it for? Well, that's probably Katalo. We'll talk to everyone else again shortly. Let's just... Yeah, here we go. I don't think we've got any of this stuff, but... Oh, here you are, mate. Right. Ravager overrides, yes. Oh, one antler short. Right, we could get one. Ravagers. How's the learning coming along?
Train the body, train the mind. That's what the chief always says. Aloy.
It's good to see you. I'm guessing you've got a lot of questions?
I've been told of our enemy and their intentions. Your friends showed me to the vision you keep in this place. Gaia, and gave me this focus. I don't pretend to fully understand everything, but all I really need to know is where to train and when to fight.
Welcome to the team, then.
I can't imagine you've learnt any other developments, but is there any news from the clans? Nice. Right. Have they gone back? What's the relationship like now after the bulwark has been had its hole for a little bit?
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago. That you were part of the Sky Clan.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. My parents were killed in a clan skirmish, so I was raised by my squad. As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. Tekote took a special interest in me. I fought by his side against the Karja, and led my squad on a dangerous climb into the Daunt. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tanakh to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed. I was welcomed home as a hero. And I was content.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
But why? You didn't have to, right? You could have stayed with the clan.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekote. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father. I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
Were you the only threat, or had this happened before?
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Kulrut?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru and the marshals of a warrior like myself, even though he knew perfectly well I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time.
Yeah.
A marshal is what I was destined to be.
Yeah, I agree. Wings of the Ten?
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the Wings of the Ten. Hikaru also mentioned it at the Kulrut. Dekka, too.
Yeah, we do know quite a lot about this now.
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess, and it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. Many times I imagined it as a child. The feeling of freedom, and the awe it must have inspired.
What's your opinion on the chief? Peace master, I guess? Peace broker?
What did Chief Hikaru say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove, and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal. At least for a little while.
Indeed.
I like Talo, I really do. So how's your training going?
What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols the focus shows me. So, I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use against the enemy. This Hephaestus. It will be able to make machines? That answer to Gaia?
Yes.
How many?
As many as we need.
Such power. Has the world ever seen the like?
It's not power in that sense, right? It's not power in a warmongering sense, right? How are you getting along with the others?
You've had some time with the team now. Any thoughts?
I admit, I was surprised to see Nutaru here.
Isolationists
Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe against the Karja, and fought all the way to Barren Light.
Interesting. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
Yeah, you need to drop the prerequisite judgments. Same goes for the others, right? Toward Katalo.
Now that you know who the enemy is, do you have any questions?
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you. I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
Okay. Alright, good chat.
I should go. Feel free to check in on Hikaru and your people. Door's always open here.
I will. May the 10 walk with you.
Interested to see how cleanly this lets some of them view things, or whether it leads to them deifying Gaia in this bit a little bit. I don't think it will. I think everyone will get a pretty clear view of things. Let's just chat to these three.
Hey.
How are you recovering?
A nice place.
Well, it's not like I built it or anything.
Right. Well, I can see why you had your doubts about bringing us along. It is a lot to take in. But, don't worry. That's nothing I can't handle.
Right.
I have no idea how Erend gets his hair like that. It's awful. It is absolutely awful. As though it's the worst mohawk ever. I have no idea why they did that for him. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Right, Erend. You getting along? Not too drunk?
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land. When he's not getting all tongue-tied.
Yeah.
I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
So.
What about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
Yeah, like I realised Zoe and Val are supposed to be a similar age to each other, but Zoe does have a more mature feeling personality, right? I guess that's part of her role in with the Utaru, right? Dealing with death and, well, I suppose naturally make you seem a little bit more morose or mature. It feels like Val's going to get bossed around a little bit. Have you spoke to Katalo?
So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet. I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
So Talana came by the base?
Oh,
I'm
what?
like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least.
What?
Only Carja I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
Okay. Where did she say she was going? Does that mean I missed a quest from her? I don't think so.
I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel like I could be useful, you know?
It takes some time, but yeah.
Yeah, and the enemy.
I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah, me too.
I should get going.
I just keep practicing with this thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting thinking about, like, you know, Aloy and, I guess, romance options that have been throughout the two games. And then we obviously have the part with Elizabeth, who... It did sound like she might have been involved with...
What?
Nothing. You just look good, that's all.
Var, for God's sake. Don't be a tryhard. She'll lose interest, Var. Right, what was I saying? I'm forgetting her name now. Carrie Ann Moss, anyway. The Xena. Did sound like there was tension between Elizabeth and her. Like, why would Elizabeth help her? And I think, did they go to university together? I can't remember what we read exactly. It feels like it's been so long since we engaged with that particular bit.
Wow, this place is starting to come alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive room. With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace. You know, learn and train. And if you need us, we'll be there to fight at your side.
Got it. Thanks, Varl.
How are you getting along?
I'm guessing you've spoken with Kotallo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking to my mother.
Yeah.
Never thought a Tanakh and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
Yeah, I didn't really finish my point, did I? So yeah, I don't know if that's going to have some sort of influence on Aloy. If I don't know, it was just a bit. I just thought, you know, when Elizabeth sounded really like she was helping. The name nearly came to me then. Carrie Ann Moss's character, like begrudgingly, and she knew she shouldn't, but because she maybe had some sort of relationship with her in the past. Yeah. So that's maybe making me think she'll be the one to, if we do get to interact with the Zeniths at any point, it'll be through... Why has her name escaped me? Yeah, we heard it in the audio log anyway.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
Yeah, true, yeah. Zo?
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
And how are you doing?
How's, training with Zo?
You know we really are training. Mostly.
No.
Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course.
Oh dear.
You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory. And All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Oh, this is so
Thanks
cool.
to Ted Pharaoh.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
Yeah.
And they became an entire tribe.
Yeah, man, they're all getting like the Zero Dawn experience with the lore and the backstory, right? Crazy.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
Yeah.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, the tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough.
So you have to wonder if they're clones as well, right? Because if they were able to clone Elizabeth, they're probably clones themselves. I doubt science had advanced to the point where they could just permanently regenerate themselves. Maybe they just, similar to like maybe like altered carbon, they just get reborn at a specific age.
Think you can hold the fort while I'm gone?
If Aaron stops listening to the same music over and over again, maybe. We'll be fine.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
She's definitely got a harsh edge to her, but...
You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tanakhs don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
Oh dear. Man, Varl is going to be under the thumb pretty quick here.
I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
Right, I should probably go.
I shall return to our training then.
Yeah. Cool, what is this?
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
A rec room. Oh, Zoe's bed.
You found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodations.
I see.
Oh dear. Okay. They're sharing a bedroom already.
That's fine.
But there's Patalo.
Nah, usually works if I just flick it a few times.
That's one of the exits.
Huh. Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
Cool.
That was thoughtful of them. My old spear. Rust helped me make it. When I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now.
Yeah, it's a completely different life, right?
I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months. But since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here.
Yeah, the
where it'll be
globe.
safe. Elizabeth put all of her faith in Gaia. And Gaia put all of her faith in me. If I can do it all, recover the subfunctions, defeat Zenith, heal the world, I'd like to think Elizabeth would be proud.
It'd be so cool if we get to talk to the other clone, right? I mean, she's likely to have been brainwashed somewhat, but it's still Elizabeth, right? And it's doubtful it was a baby raised. It's probably just a full-on clone.
When Varl found me after the Hades Proving Lab, I thought I saw Rost. I don't think he'd understand
Yeah, of course.
any of this. Or what I have to do. But still. Wish he was here.
Yeah, when you think about it, right? Aloy's just not had any time to grieve at all, right? So there's going to be some lingering effects on that, on her, right? Mentally.
This is the rite of passage that Vashav gave me at the embassy. I liked him.
Yeah.
He seemed like a good man.
Yeah, he did. He really did,
I
you
think
know.
he was really looking forward to going home.
Yeah. He seemed like he would have been a good diplomat as well, right? A great bridge between the two cultures.
Regala's attack at the embassy. The marshals ambushed and surrounded, killed one by one. Reminds me of the massacre at the Proving.
Yeah.
The Sacred Lands. So many lives wasted. And for what?
All right. That's awesome that they've built, that Zoe's made a little room for us. Guess some other people will get some bedrooms too.
You would too, if you knew everything there is to know about everything.
All right, Gaia. This is probably going to have an effect on the world state, I guess, right?
Welcome back, Aloy. When you're ready, please merge ether with me. Afterwards, I must discuss an important matter with you.
Sure. This might change her personality somewhat, though.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Aletheia, we did read about it briefly, I think.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
I don't think the Zeniths would be... Well, maybe. I feel like the Zeniths are too brash to try something like this. They just break through the doors, right? But...
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. So maybe it's not them then.
So if they have a copy of Gaia themselves, but Gaia is an intelligent AI, also if they needed to retrieve Gaia, it's logical to presume that they don't have the capabilities or expertise to create a similar AI themselves, so that would maybe mean that they're incapable of corrupting Gaia or, you know, hacking or reprogramming Gaia to work for them. If they were capable of doing that, surely they just create a similar AI themselves. Is there anything else irregular about the transmission?
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
Sure.
All right. I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
Sure.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Aletheia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Sure, it's fine, it's fine.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
There's the distress signal. So let me remind myself. Aletheia is in here. Oh, no, it wasn't. Aletheia is the Zero Dawn subordinate function responsible for the birthing and reintroduction of a new generation of humanity. Oh, right, I remember. During the construction of Zero Dawn in 2065 and 66, Aletheia's software was developed by Alpha Project lead Patrick Brochard Klein. It was intended to be the penultimate subordinate function to deploy. It was only after Minerva had successfully deactivated the robots of the Pharaoh Swarm and Aether, Poseidon, Demeter, and Artemis had reconstituted the biosphere that humans could be reintroduced to the planet. Aletheia was designed to grow human embryos in artificial wombs inside special cradle facilities. It would then birth and nurture these children via robotic servitors, educating them through their toddler years. At this point, Apollo subordinate function was intended to activate, giving these new humans a comprehensive education. But Ted Farrow prevented this from happening, to keep future humans from grasping his culpability for the robot plague that destroyed the world. He purged the Apollo database and murdered all of Zero Dawn's Alpha lead projects. As a result, after Aletheia deployed, a new generation of humans never received knowledge of the past. They were released into the wilds as teens. Left to their own devices, they fragmented into primitive tribes. Even though Aletheia's function has been fulfilled, it still exists as an empty shell. When Hades was infected with the mysterious signal that gave it malevolent consciousness, Gaia destroyed herself to prevent it from taking over and triggering another extinction. At this time, Aletheia, deranged and semi-conscious, fled to a processor somewhere in the Forbidden West. Cool. Maybe... Is this the DLC? No. This is just normal quest. I just thought that because it was a subordinate function we thought we couldn't get, I thought that maybe it was the Burning Shores DLC or something. Because I don't know when that activates, whether it's mid-game, post-game.
Aloy. That was sneaky of you, patching in Varl and Aaron to our conversation.
I am pleased you accepted their help. Is there something you wish to discuss before you depart?
You've got some new stuff, apparently. I wish these colours were more distinct. Yes, our companions.
How's Katalo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him, though he has not voiced his thoughts. I may be able to assist in his recovery, should he be interested.
Interesting.
Really?
A prosthetic?
I'm sure he will be.
That might be an issue for the other Tanakh with him, though.
Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying old world data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
The Utaru are very skinny. Not that being vegan means you're skinny, but...
How's Aaron handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus. After an initial incident.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty.
Yes.
He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
I imagine we could manufacture more.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
I guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines.
Yeah, pretty much.
Viruses to infect them with too. So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory.
Yeah.
I discovered another AI there. One not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
More discoveries.
The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures returned to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
More discoveries.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
Obviously,
so
yeah.
They fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them. So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality, should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
Yes, the drones.
I'll keep a lookout.
Are these new? No, they'd have an exclamation point if they were new. Oh, I guess they are new.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there.
Well, she's like
We
your
exchanged
mother?
greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend?
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia.
Now Aloy feels the pressure to do the same.
So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
Fascinating. Right, this one looks slightly less grey. Please, next time, Gorilla, just use red and blue, or yellow and black, or something.
So if the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes, as your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
Yeah, no kidding. The one I fought seemed indestructible.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. For example, assuming I absorbed Hephaestus and utilized it to create a large force of combat machines. No shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
Always. I'm sure I didn't skip anything last time.
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. One of their villages is still recovering after a mudslide caused the whole place to flood.
Interesting.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. One in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it also felt at home there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, Poseidon, what do we know about it?
Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Once it is restored to me, I may be able to improve conditions in the regional watershed. But I must warn you, like the others, Poseidon is lost and frightened. It may have taken measures to protect itself.
Yep.
I'll be careful.
Demeter, not Demeter.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Damn it!
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus,
right,
I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up.
I'm maybe getting the feeling that Hephaestus might be a third game thing, but I could be wrong, you know.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066. by order of Ted Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density.
Okay.
Perhaps you will be able to procure Aletheia at the SOS coordinates. Artemis and Apollo, however, remain unaccounted for.
All right.
See you later, Gaia.
Lots of juicy
Until
information
next
there.
time, Aloy.
Aloy still pining after Elizabeth a little bit in terms of a motherly figure. Is there a save point in here? I'm just wondering. Don't think so.
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
That's subordinate function. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Which room? That's Zoenval's room.
Holograms. Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
Cool.
It's a shuttle. Like the one I blew up at Far Zenith's launch facility.
Oh.
Varl seemed pretty interested in space travel. I guess he wanted a keepsake.
There it is.
Looks like Arendt and Katalo moved their stuff in. Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door. Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Oh, that's too bad. There's the slide.
Another video's too long.
There's data. Another room. What for?
Cool. Alright, let's just check this out before we end the video. A little flourish, Ethan
Switch to a
Reed.
private line.
Hang on.
Switch to a private log. Okay, so Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facilities coming along. When
Sorry.
Switch to a private log. Okay, so Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facilities coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked-away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
Cool. Really cool. There's going to be hidden rooms. That's awesome. Alright, I don't know where we're going to get a save point here, but... I'm just going to leave it here, guys. So yeah, awesome. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up if you did, guys. Lots of juicy information from Gaia. Lovely chatting to the guys here, seeing how it's all developing, how we're building up our knowledge and intelligence in the group. And we'll see if Aletheia is a genuine signal or some sort of ruse. Right, awesome. It might. I have a feeling it might be.
It's gonna be a trek to get to the location with Gaia marked.
Yeah, it'll be nice to stretch my legs.
I have a feeling it might not be Aletheia, that it might be Silence. Because we've cut off communications with him, so yeah. Anyway, we'll pick it up from here next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up if you did. Just remember, everyone, never trust an uncrate. I'll see you next time.